All right. Good morning, everyone. I am very excited to be here with you all today. Um, we're going to get started here in just a moment. We're going to talk about the Kansas APCO 2021 Spring Virtual Conference. Again, as I said, I'm excited. I'm going to have a guest here. We're going to be talking about some information. We're just sharing some things right now. But, it is Monday. It's been a pretty good day. I got up early and I have signed up for the 9-1 Runder? I think that's yeah, 9-1 Runder Women 5K. And I haven't been running in a long time, man. So I got out there. It was about 32 degrees. It was pretty cold and such. And but I still did it. I got my butt out there, got some awesome new kicks, and just went for it and got that done. Ran 2.07 miles. I'm using Couch to 5K app. I don't know if any of you use that, but that's what I was using. And started with that and then did about 10 minutes or so of yoga and feeling really good. So I hope you're all feeling good today. Again, thank you all for joining. And I'm going to be bringing up my guest here because, like I said, we're going to be talking about this awesome conference that's coming up. So let me pull her screen up here. My guest is going to be Becky Snook. She's 911 director at Mitchell County Communications out of Kansas.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Things have been busy. I think you've been running around like crazy today too, so
Yep.
that's been good. Now, you had something a little while ago as well. You were doing tornado siren testing, right?
Yes. So embarrassing. That's why we had to reschedule this.
Well, I bring
It's
it up.
Kansas.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I bring it up because, there would be a lot of times, and I'm sure you go through this just like everyone else when they're doing testing for stuff like this, that people will end up calling in and saying, is something going on? Like it looks fine outside. And they'll say, everything is fine. We're doing the monthly testing, like we always do. And they'll say,
Every
oh yeah, we didn't see it.
yeah. Yes, I have a new trainee
Hmm.
and she had not done the tornado sirens yet. And every first and third Monday of the month, we set them off here in the city that I'm sitting in. And they always are at 10 o'clock, which is the time we'd originally done this. Well, they go off for 5 minutes. And
Hmm.
so it would be in our background right now. So I'm like, maybe we need to like move it to 10:30 so we don't have to listen to that for 5 minutes.
It's it seems like, and I think in the email, that we had going back and forth, you said it's like the longest 5 minutes ever.
Yes, it feels like 30.
Yeah, and, thinking back when I was in dispatch, I don't remember if ours was 5 minutes. I kinda think it was 3, but even at that time limit, it seemed like forever, and
Yeah.
it would just be going and going and going, and we're sitting there like, "When is this thing gonna stop?" And there was actually I'm pretty sure there was one time that it malfunctioned, and it just kept going, and we
Yes.
had to call somebody to fix it because it would not stop, and the
Yeah.
calls that were coming in, oh, man, it was horrible.
That's definitely happened before. They get stuck or they don't just
Mhm.
go off and we have to test them again. And so we annoy people even longer. But when worst comes to worst and we have to put them off due to for real severe weather,
Yeah,
we want them to be working. That's why we test them. So,
exactly. Yes, of course. Definitely that, I remember, I gotta mention this before we get into this, just because of the testing stuff, like you said, if you don't test, you don't wanna get to that point and it not work. Well, so we had and I don't know how many centers have it like this now, but we had, like, this old school TTY system, and, we would test it, but it would only be, like, once or twice out of the month, and then when it would come in, we'd look at it and say, "Is that a real one?" Or because it was so rare
right.
that those would happen, so then, we start going through it, and then it ended up, like, not being real, like, how did that even happen? Like,
Yeah.
it's a TTY thing, I don't know.
Yeah. I've never had a real TTY myself.
Mhm.
I've always had the language line call in or not the lingo,
Oh,
the translation line call in, and they would tell us what they're typing and we would tell them what to type back, kind of thing, over the phone. We didn't have to actually do it on the computer.
gotcha.
So yeah, I've never had that experience, but I have had false stuff come in. So you're like, is this real? Is it not? And nobody would
Yeah.
ever answer. So totally. Yes, it's very similar. And tornado sirens are monthly, year round for us, and we're getting close to the season, so we definitely got to make sure they're rocking and rolling.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It looks like Josh is on here and he says it will happen again tomorrow for severe weather week.
Yes, it will. We set them all off for the entire county tomorrow. But
Oh
if
man.
we didn't set them off today as normal schedule, then people be calling, how come you didn't set them off today?
This is true. Yeah. Man.
If any of my Kansas friends, by the way, are on here, Josh, would you please share this to the Kansas APCO page? It wouldn't let me share it. It only let me share it on my personal page. So
Oh, there you go. Please
thank you,
share
Josh.
this off over there to the Kansas APCO
Yes.
page, because we are here because we're going to be talking about Kansas APCO 2021 Spring Virtual Conference.
Yes.
So as we're getting into this, Becky, kind of if you can explain a little bit, why. I mean, it's kind of obvious why it went virtual again because of COVID and stuff. But I guess just any other information, going into this, this being the best choice.
Yeah. Obviously, last fall, we ended up having to last minute cancel, went to virtual platform. And a lot of people liked that because a lot more people could attend than normally physically. But obviously, Kansas is definitely not slowed down enough for us to be comfortable being in person here in the spring. But we're hoping now that vaccines are coming out and that kind of thing, hopefully by fall, we'll be good to go. We hope and pray. We're really sad that we're not meeting in person because we miss all of our people, our networking opportunities that we have that way. But we also want everybody to be safe because we clearly need our dispatch centers running 24/7. And if it helps to not meet as a big group for a little bit longer, then that's what we're going to do. So
Exactly. Yeah. And so everyone who's watching and everything right now, I have to say that this conference is a lot of fun. A lot of amazing people. I was there. Was it a year, 2 years ago?
yep, 2
2
years.
years ago. Man, it's going by
Time
fast.
flies.
Yeah. So it was 2 years ago, and I was over there, and I remember I had so I was a keynote speaker, and but I also had an Imagine Listening session. Now for mine, that was 3.5 hours right off the bat in the morning, and it was a lot of fun. But what I do remember though is that I had recently cut out like caffeine and all this other stuff. So I was going through like a caffeine withdrawal. And I remember standing up there and talking and going through all this stuff, and I had a bottle of ginger ale just for like the little bit of sugar to because, and it was so much fun, even though I was having those issues and everything from trying to like kind of detox my body from stuff. Everyone there, it felt like family when I got there right off the bat, and that's what I love about Kansas and Tennessee. Just every conference really that I've been to, but this one especially. Being there at the Prairie Brand Casino, it was such a good time. And then the last night that we're there, and I almost didn't stay for the whole thing. I don't remember what I had going on, if I had an episode I was preparing for or
I
what.
think you had to fly out.
That's right. That's right. I ended up leaving after I was there for a few hours, and I stayed at a hotel that was closer to the airport. You're right. That's what it was. Well done. Excellent memory. I couldn't remember that part. But yeah, I did stay, and I'm glad I did too, because of a moment that I had where I got to take a picture with everyone. And I don't remember who suggested it, but somebody said, "Let's pick him up." And I was like, "Pick what? Pick me up?" And literally, and I wish I had the picture right now, but everyone who I'm standing there with, the committee, they are picking me up, and I'm like this on my side. It was hilarious. It was so much fun. But that is one of those things that I want to convey here, that this conference, it's just been so awesome to be part of. So I want to ask you really quick, as we're getting into some of the housekeeping and everything for this year's spring conference, what are some of the things that you really enjoy about this conference as well?
Well, obviously, the training is always awesome. We always
Hmm.
have awesome speakers. But I think out of every conference I go to, whether it's in state, out of state, international, whatever, it's the networking
Hmm.
that really is the most fun. I meet new people every time from all over the state, or if I go to international, all over the US and abroad, honestly. And it's just making those friendships and relationships that you can then call upon when you're having issues in your own department, like, hey, what are you doing over there to get through the situation, kind of thing. And, just get ideas off of each other on how to troubleshoot and that kind of thing. But we really love having new friendships with our speakers, with our attendees, and especially to see every year. It's exciting for me to see how many brand new, never come to an APCO conference attendee numbers we have. We've been averaging, since we started tracking that, a good 45 to 50 of our attendees are brand new, have never attended, which is really awesome that the agencies are giving those opportunities to brand new dispatchers to come and learn with us and have some fun. I mean, it's still work, but we still have a lot of social time of just
Hmm.
hanging out and building that relationship.
I think that's one of the awesome things as well. I'm right there with you, because it's it's hard to explain that feeling, right? When you're sitting in the room in that opening session and someone says, by raise of hands or standing up or whichever, how many of you, this is your first time at this conference? And then all these hands get raised, and it's like, it's, I don't know, it's like that pride, it hits you, and you're like, yes, this is awesome. You got all these people. And I think that's one of the things too, that early on, if you're having a lot more new people attend, I feel like personally, you are able to keep people more, because there's so much that they end up learning
Yeah,
that they're bringing back to the center early on. And it's very beneficial.
I agree. Yep. You're, obviously in training in house, you're learning the nuts and bolts of what you have to do to get through your shift. But
Hmm.
this types of trainings are kind of broader spectrum of learning that you can take back, share with your coworkers, and, you know, build those relationships with those instructors and that kind of thing. Which that's our goal in Kansas, is definitely just keep bringing the training of all different types to our profession.
What are some benefits as well, not just as someone, being an attendee, but also, for your membership there, that's part of
Right.
Kansas APCO.
Yes, for our membership, obviously we have our business meeting every time we have a conference, and this will be no different. It'll just be virtual. But also when we are in person, well, even actually our last virtual conference, we have swag that we always like to spoil our attendees with, give them a fun kudos,
Hmm.
something to take home kind of thing. We're not doing that this time, but we have surprises coming here in the near future. Um, that everybody in the state will be getting and we will be a part of. So that'll be fun to spread that little gift as well. But also, most importantly, that we feel is also very important, is building relationships with our commercial partners. Um, this is a great time generally when we're in person and have exhibition room to start building that communication,
Hmm.
get information to bring back to your centers about technology that's coming out, current technology, because we all know, Ricardo, it is constant change. Constant.
Yes.
So that is also something we really like to bring as well, is
Perfect.
that commercial partnership that we have with our partners.
That is excellent. It helps them, it helps you, and it helps everyone who's attending, because they get to learn all of that. And also, some of them, when they're in there, um they're able to experience it depending on how the demo is set up.
Right.
They're able to go in there and actually, work on some of that stuff, and
Yeah.
that's always cool to be able to do that as well. It's just, one more added piece. So
Yeah.
yeah. So we want to jump into this, and one of the first things I want to mention is that this virtual conference is a free opportunity for all Kansas residents. Now, if you register for this and you're out of state, if you're an out of state attendee, there is a $25 charge for this. So I want to make sure that everyone knows that, if you're a Kansas resident, Kansas attendee, chapter member, whichever, if you're out of Kansas, it's free, um, for that portion of it to register. Now, if you're out of state, you'll be able to register no matter what. However, you just need to make sure that you will be billed for it later on by the Kansas APCO chapter. So that'll be, again, $25 that will end up getting billed to you if you're an out of state resident.
Mhm.
We want to make sure that everybody knows that it's listed everywhere, and it's also listed in the registration, as well. Well, actually, the part that it's in there is in the summary, and it's right up at the top in bold. And if I can add it to the registration form, I'll make sure that that is there as well, just so that people have an extra spot to know that if you're out of state, there's a $25 charge for that as well. So, some conference housekeeping for everyone who is watching now live or in replay, for you to know that each session, except for one set, is going to be live. So they're going to be live. It's also, everything is set up in the Eastern time zone. However, if you're in Kansas or in a different time zone, it's set up for you. So if you're looking at the Kansas APCO website, though, everything is in Central Time, and it actually says there Central Time. So you just attend on your time, the way it's set up there. So just want to make sure you all know that. The reason for that too is the platform that I use, I'm in the Eastern time zone. So it sets everything up in the Eastern time zone, but when you're looking at it, it should be set at the right time for you. So just so you know, just to double check there. Also make sure to register even if you can attend live, because you can go back as many times as you want. There's no cutoff time for going and watching on demand. So make sure to register, because there are some amazing sessions that are going to be going on, and they're ones that you don't want to miss. Um, Again, there's no viewing or seating limits. It is unlimited. For best viewing, Google Chrome is your friend. Nothing against Microsoft Edge, it just doesn't work for it. It does not work for the platform. It's not set up the same way. Firefox can be used as well, or Safari. I think Opera as well, but it's basically made for Google Chrome. So make sure you view it on there. If for some reason it's not working, well, let me start that again. If for some reason, or if you are at work and you are attending these sessions and it doesn't work for some reason, there might be the possibility that your internet at work has a firewall that's up and is blocking your connection. So just kind of double check on that. There's also an app for your phone that you can watch it and participate on that as well. So if you have any questions at all, I'll make sure to give this conference housekeeping to you as well, Becky, so that you can have it on the
Yeah.
website for everyone. And this will also be in the summary over for registration. So let's get into some of these sessions here. We can talk
Yeah.
about these before we wrap up.
Okay.
So the first one that we have here is dispatch liability.
Yes. So Cassie McManigal, she is out of Salina, Kansas. She
Mhm.
used to work for Salina Police Department as a dispatcher, but she's moved on to a different job. But thankfully, her employer is definitely all about education and willing to let her take her time to give us our videos and provide us with this training and the one that's at the end of the day. And
Awesome.
dispatch liability, as we know, huge topic.
Yes.
Always a very popular topic. And if you are in dispatch and you've never attended this class, you need to attend it. It's excellent information, and you won't regret it. There's just a lot to dispatch liability that's not always discussed in every agency until you get into trouble, and then it becomes a topic, and we don't want that to happen.
Right.
So definitely take advantage of that. And that is going to be a recorded session. It won't be live. So you can watch it at any time and over and over.
Perfect.
And then go ahead.
Sorry, before you jump in here really quick, I just want to let everyone know as well that for this conference, registration is live. So you can go ahead and register at any time. The link is not only on the Kansas APCO page, I think you may have added it to the Facebook page as well, but in the comments of this broadcast, I just put it in there as well. So please make sure to register. Again, if you can't attend live, register anyway, because you can go back and you can watch it as many times as you want. Just remember that it's free for Kansas residents. Out-of-state residents, there's a $25 charge. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, totally fine. So next up, we're going to have Nimbus Training, and what that is a CAD integration to our 911 mapping system that we have with Rapid Deploy. And it also will be in the MARC region, which is in Missouri. So we encourage anybody who is in Kansas or in that region and on our, obviously, 911 mapping solution to take that training, because it's a thing that's going to be going live and available in Kansas pretty soon. Roxy. Yes, Roxy, you need to register.
Yes. If you're a speaker, you still need to register.
So ornery. So yes, we will be having that session. They're just gonna do kind of an overview and update about that and when that will be coming up.
Awesome.
And then we have Dispatcher Paradigms with Terry Burnworth, and it's about the next generation public safety dispatcher conditions, which is a lot about again, electronics and all of the fun things that we have to work with every day. So that's going to be, I don't have the specifics for that of his bio for that type of class, but all of the instructors' bios that I've got so far is on our website. If you just go to www.ksapco.org, it's all spelled out there. So next up, our keynote speaker, the fabulous Halcyon Frank from the Dispatch Lab, will be getting into the power of encouragement, or encouraging moment, the power of encouraging moment. That is going to be her first of 3 sessions that she's going to do with us.
Excellent.
And with anybody who knows Halcyon, she's all about being the encourager.
Yeah.
So, you know, yes, she actually hand delivered this shirt to me. She came here to my office from Nebraska to Kansas and delivered this to me. We had a little picture back there by my flag. It's pretty fun. Had a little chat.
Very nice.
I know.
Very cool.
Sad we're not going to get to hang out with her here in Kansas again for this conference in person, but she'll be with us in spirit.
Yes. Yep.
So the next course she's going to do with us is Train, Don't Tell. And again, that's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. It's important to get good training in with your trainees. Don't just tell them what to do. You need to explain, encourage, and all of the things. Yeah, that's a very good thing. There are some out there, at least from what I've heard and that I know of, that are still kind of, the old school, basically telling. And I know, during my time as well, there were a few times where it was, you just do it like this. And it wasn't the best experience, but things have changed, and things are way better now as well. And I'm glad, that stuff like this is happening. It's really good. Right. And we're adult learners, so we don't need to be talked down like we're children being told what to do. You need to train to do the things you need to learn. You know,
Exactly.
don't just be like, push that button and you're like, why? You're like, because I told you to. That's not going to help.
Right. Yeah.
Not like,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
My 15-year-old, just go do what I said.
Yeah.
So next, her third course that we were going to have with her is called Creativity in the Comm Center. And she said this is going to be a little bit different course than she has done before. And it's really about bringing, I think, creativity and positivity, like message boards to, you know, have games or competitions to kind of boost morale. I'm pretty sure that's what it was about.
Mhm.
It was a quick email into last week. I wasn't feeling well, so I hope that that's what she meant. We'll find out.
Yeah. It'll be a surprise for everyone.
Won't it? Yes. Yeah, the stomach flu hit me hard last week, so it was kind of vague. So that's going to be at noon time.
Mhm.
Bring us up to lunch, and then at 1 o'clock we're going to have our business APCO meeting, and that is actually going to be a Zoom meeting, but it's going to be broadcast onto Crowdcast, so
Yes.
anybody can watch and comment and whatnot. But we will share the agenda for that and any other particulars when we get closer. We don't have our agenda set yet, but we do encourage anybody to attend. You do not have to be an APCO member to attend that meeting. Anybody can pop in. We'll share the Zoom information as we get closer and go from there. So we hope we have a good turnout. Then we're going to follow that up with Doug Showalter with dispatching during civil unrest. And I have watched this training, and it was fascinating to me. Fascinating.
Yes.
So it just isn't going to do justice of me explaining it, but it really was a great course. And was that during Denise Amberlee's, didn't he present that during that recent?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe it was during the Be the Difference conference, right?
Yes, I think that's where I saw that from. So I highly encourage that. Very, very good information. Then after that, we're going to have Troy Cordell with When Next Generation Becomes Now.
Mhm.
Obviously, that's definitely coming.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
If you haven't already got most of that already. Then we are going to have a roundtable discussion. And the majority of this discussion, I believe, is going to be about Kansas seeking professional emergency responder designation. We know so many states have been going through this right now. We've been all dealing with this, I think, for a while now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Some states have been very successful, and we hope that we can be too, but we are very much wanting to join that club. And that is what the roundtable is going to be about, is just where we're at now in our process. We have a committee made up of several different committee group members from APCO and our NENA chapters, as well as those outside of the chapter board, if you will, but very involved in it. They've been working extremely hard at working with lobbyists, working with all kinds of different stakeholders in our state. So that's going to be kind of an update of where we're at in that process and how others can help us make it happen. So
that'll be an excellent discussion. So there, for those who are watching right now, there will be a few people on screen all at the same time for this panel discussion. And the good thing about Crowdcast is that the interaction is real time. So your interaction in the audience between you and those who are on screen, the only delay that there is however long it takes for you to type in a response and hit enter. So that's the good part there, where they're going to be presenting everything that they're doing. And if you're not following Kansas APCO on Facebook now, you need to, because they're posting a lot of stuff. I know, Roxy, who's in the comments right now, she's been posting a lot of things as well. She was on the news, wasn't she? Roxy, was on the news or in the newspaper or something talking about it as well.
Yes.
So again, make sure you're following them to find out more information. And then, of course, in the audience, you'll have the chance to ask questions. Maybe there'll be some polls or something, and the Kansas NENA chapter as well, because this is for the entire state.
Yes.
So make sure to check out both organizations and everything that they're doing for first responder designation in the state of Kansas. But if you're out of state, this is something that you'll be able to learn from as well. And if you're from one of those states that have secured this and have gone through with legislation and everything else, you'll be able to add to what they're trying to do as well for this effort. So this is going to be an excellent roundtable. Make sure to check it out.
Yeah, we really do hope that we have some from other states that have got that in their state to finally become a designation that they will discuss with us what was their trials and tribulations, and they can even do it offline through email by all means, but it would be very interesting to see what they all went through that too. Awesome. So after we get through roundtable, which I hope is a very good active group, our girl Roxy Van Gundy from Lyon County is going to be presenting Don't Build a Roof, figuring out your why and where it could lead you. We love Roxy. We love her training. She's always very engaging with our group, and we're so excited that she wants to do another session with us. And I can't wait to hear how this session will go and her ideas and information to share with our attendees. That'll be very exciting.
Yeah, Roxy is a rock star.
Yes,
I've had her on the podcast and stuff, and just everything that she does has been awesome. So I'm looking for that one as well. And she just did a Ric Flair in there. Right? Love it.
Her energy and her enthusiasm for our profession is awesome in Kansas, and we are so very blessed to have her.
Excellent.
So then our very last to follow us up to the end of the day is going to be the recorded session with Cassie again of teaching and training the adult learner, like we were just talking about. It's another fabulous session that I've attended by Cassie, and very good information. If you are a trainer, supervisor, I highly recommend that you take this, attend this course. Or if you're even looking to become a supervisor in the future, like that's what you're striving for, great tips and tricks and information. I really highly suggest you attend that course and watch it in the recorded session.
Excellent. Well, as we go into the wrap up of this live broadcast, this has been good to go through these sessions and all, so that everybody knows what they're looking forward to. I'm looking forward to a lot of these, man. These are going to be good. And I have to, I can't, excuse me, go off of here without saying that, I'm from the time, like I said in the beginning, the 2 years ago, being a speaker there, and just the hospitality, the warm welcome, to now having the honor to, partnering up with all of you to power this virtual conference.
Yeah,
this is going to be awesome.
We're so excited for sure. And even more exciting, a little hint for the future that we're going to have a couple more days coming in the future with Ricardo and this platform. So we hope you'll stay tuned for that information later in the year. And we'll be bringing some other fabulous courses through virtual. So
awesome.
Be sure to be keeping an ear out for that.
It'll be really, really good. I'm excited. And so as we go into the wrap up of this broadcast, what can you tell people that that they don't want to miss out on? What are some things that we've gone through all of this, but what else,
I think really, if you are at all really serious about this 911 profession, get involved. Get involved in our business meeting, get involved in our trainings, our roundtable, reach out to us. We have committees constantly working towards future conference dates, other types of committees with training and those kind of things, that it really helps for you to learn more about our profession by getting involved. But really about this conference, I think there's just so many different things. I can't even pick like one thing. But we are so excited for Halcyon to be joining us as our keynote for 3 sessions, not just one. and brings such great information that I think will really benefit everybody. All of the courses are going to benefit everybody. So please share it with your comrades, give it to everybody you work with, and join us. We really hope some out-of-state people will join us. While yes, we are charging a fee, it helps us towards bringing more conferences and virtual opportunities to our people. But Kansas, like every other state, professionals in 911 have worked so very hard to keep things running, even through COVID and sickness and change and everything, ice, snowstorms, whatever, had recently, that we wanted to bring this to them for free, no matter if they are a member or not. And we really hope that they will take advantage of this opportunity of a free full day of courses that you can go back and watch over and over. So I really hope everybody will take that opportunity, because I strongly believe that training is so important in this industry, constantly learning. This is going to be my 25th year and I learn all the time. So you never stop learning.
Excellent. So for those who are watching here, also, where can they find more information on the conference? I'm going to share the link to the conference right now for registration, that is, but any other place that they can go to find more information, maybe like the conference schedule or anything like that.
Go to our website, which is www.ksapco.org, ksapco.org. And obviously our Facebook page, we share everything on there too. So we hope that you will take advantage of checking that out, checking out our website. All the tabs are up, active, registration buttons active. I tested it myself. If you have any problems though, please contact me. My email is up in that area as well on our main page. As a secretary, I'm kind of the girl that manages the questions and that kind of thing. And if I can't answer, I find one of my guys or gals on our board that can, and I get back to you. But we hope that you will join us, but definitely keep up on our Facebook page and our regular website for all of our changes and information. As any conference, you never know what can happen.
Yes.
We may have to change a course. You never know. Somebody could get sick. Something could happen. God, I hope not. But sometimes things have to get changed up. So we will definitely keep everything up to date as it changes on those locations.
Perfect. Well, thank you again very much for coming on, and just, this has been really good to be able to go over all of this stuff and, put it out there for those that are, not just in the state of Kansas, but for everyone else out there out of state who wants to join in as well. I'm looking forward to this and working with all of you. For those who are watching, again, the links are in the comments here. Make sure to check that out, and we will see all of you soon, because it's not that far away.
No, April 14th is our date. So we hope you'll be there. And Ricardo, we are so excited to be partnered with you. And thanks for taking the time out this morning to let us have a little FaceTime of really being able to verbally explain what some of these courses are and what's in store.
Of course. It's an honor and a pleasure, and I cannot wait. Have a good one, everyone. We'll talk to you all soon.
Bye.